you are live on Periscope to the world, literally, brother.
Peace to the world. Peace to the world. What a great way, great format to see the world and have the world see me and Steph Black and the brothers who have come through to put this on. Appreciate it.
We're doing a live double broadcast. This
Yeah,
is a live double broadcast. One of the first few to do a live double broadcast. We're on Periscope and Facebook Live. Kalworldwide, Facebook Live.
Kalworldwide.
Steph Black. StephBlack.com. Periscope. Follow him on Periscope. Yes. Kalworldwide on Periscope, and we're going to give you also throughout this time, we're going to be giving you Black Dot information where you can follow him and keep abreast of this brother's very important words and philosophies and products as well.
Okay, so we're going to start it off with the first question. I noticed on your website you have under the section synopsis, you were breaking down urban voodoo ending police brutality once and for all. Can you elaborate on that briefly to the public?
Yes, I kind of feel if we continue to do the same things and expect a different result, then that is a form of insanity. So we've been marching a very long time, and I don't have anything against those who protest and march, but the end result is always the same. We blow off some steam and we go home. So when I mean urban voodoo, we are spiritual people, and we've gotten away from our spirituality by being locked down in this third dimensional paradigm. Here in America, we watch too much TV and things of that nature, and we've gotten away from the natural things that make us powerful. So my suggestion was when police officers wrongfully attack and kill a young woman, black male, when there are no protesters in the street, that's when they'll get worried, because then that means that we have taken a different approach. And in my book, I suggest printing out a picture of the said officer in question, posting it on your wall, and collectively around the country, around the world, we all decide at a specific time to all stare and focus our energy on said picture, because it's a form of meditation. And we know meditation works. As a collective, meditation works. This is why they advertise billions of dollars when the Super Bowl and other things come on, because they want your attention is what they're paying for. So when someone tells you to pay attention, it's literally you're paying with your attention. But if we redirected our attention and focused on something that we wanted to accomplish, I believe the results would be instantaneously when you have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 10 million people focusing their energy to bring justice in a manner that is unfamiliar or uncharacteristics of the ways that we've been doing things. I'm very spiritual. I believe in the magic system. We all possess it. And I'll gladly break that down step by step as we go along in this interview. But when we do something of that magnitude, I believe we shift the paradigm of energy and put it in a place where we are now in control and they are not. And I believe the results will be instantaneously, and we can end police brutality. But as long as we continue to do the same things, they already have programs to counter all the marching we do. They already know how to caught off certain portions of the people, let them blow off steam, bring out the soldiers to make a physical stand or presence, and we all go home, and in 2 or 3 weeks we forget about the cause and nothing else is really done. And I'm tired of that, and I'm tired of participating in that, so it's time for something new.
So we here with Brother Black Dot. You guys are here live. Brother Black Dot, can you just give us a short biography about who, for those of you who may not know who Brother Black Dot is, this influential community activist, author, and several other titles. Just give us a brief short biography on who you are.
Yes, I'm a writer, author, poet, MC, lecturer. Any way that I can convey messages that I feel our people need, I deliver. I've been in hip hop since, I'm gonna say 1977 is the first time I went to a jam in Cedar Park to see Kool Herc perform. That was my opening to hip hop. So when I speak about hip hop, I'm speaking about it from its origins or from a place that a lot of people are just not familiar with unless you're an elder in the culture and understand it. As I began to understand hip hop, I saw it go through all of its progressions. I too was an artist on B-Boy Records, the same label KRS-One was on in 1987. 1994, I put out my own independent records on my own label. 91, 92, I toured the world with Tim Dog, who's an underground legend in the Bronx. He did F Compton, going up against NWA and gang violence in the 90s. So I was able to see the entire spectrum of hip hop. As I got a little older, I wanted to still participate in hip hop. So then I became a journalist and a writer of hip hop. And that's what brought about this first book, Hip Hop Decoded, from its ancient origins to its modern day matrix. It's the only book of its kind on the planet that will deal with hip hop from a metaphysical, astrology, occult perspective and show the spirituality that exists when you add a drum, graph writer, when you speak the spoken word and your body manifests the word, which is all hip hop is. Hip hop is nothing new, it's ancient. So this book brought about those revelations. And as a result, I've been touring the world as a lecturer speaking about hip hop in that capacity. And that's the brief bio of who I am as the Black Dot.
StephBlack.com, Kalworldwide here, Steph Black.
Yes. So I have another question for Brother Black Dot here. And it is, what are the protocols of urban economics today, 2016? Like relate that to today in light of now we're about to have a new president on board. What does that mean?
That's a great question, and that's one of my bullet points on the back of my new book, Urban Culture Decoded. Again, it boils back to doing the same things and expecting a different result. Normally, we have these boycotts that aren't very effective. We say we're going to boycott Black Friday, and very few people get involved with it because people begin to think about their individual needs. Now, our ancestors, don't get me wrong, the boycott in Montgomery and things of that nature was a year, 2 years long. The fabric of those people was built differently. They didn't have the social media, all of the manipulation going on with, mind control as effective as we do now. So they bonded more together, and segregation forced us to do for ourselves a little bit more than integration. So a lot of times integration on the surface appears to be like it helped us, but we integrated and assimilated to a system that doesn't truly care for us as much as when we were forced to own our own barbershops, our own cab stations, our own medical facilities, our own schools. So when I speak about the protocols of urban economics, I'm saying let's change the dynamics on how we boycott something. Let's boycott Coca-Cola, but not Pepsi. Whoa, what do you mean by that, Black Dot? Simply because it's easy for me to say, let's boycott all soda companies, but how effective is that going to be when you drink soda? Now, technically speaking, soda's not good, but I'm using that to make a point. If we all say, let's boycott Pepsi, but not Coke, what we're doing is focusing our energy. You get your cake and you get to eat it too. So if you must have soda, drink Coke, because our target at this point is Pepsi. Boycott Amoco, but not Exxon. So people still can get their gas, but I'm asking you to drive a few extra blocks. And what it does is systematically begins to show our economic power. You see what I'm saying? Because eventually Exxon will fold because we've decided we're still getting what we want, but Exxon is no longer, and it's nothing personal against Exxon per se, but we need to be able to demonstrate our economic power in some way, some shape, form, or fashion. And if we split the line down the middle and say, we're gonna boycott these companies, but not these, the companies that we are supporting are also put on notice. Sure, their increase, their economics may increase, but you're coming next. We are systematically going to shut down company by company by company. And I feel that that is a more effective way to get it done because you're still able to survive. And if you have to go to work or if you have to eat, so we're not telling you not to do these things. We're telling you we want to do these things systematically and watch the stock of certain companies fall. And if it doesn't fall, that means that approach is not effective. But if we begin to see, wait a minute, we got everybody on the planet using social media and all the mediums that are available to us to say, no, don't go buy Pepsi no more. We on Coke. I know the difference in the taste, but we on Coke right now. And if Pepsi begins to diminish, now we can step in Pepsi's boardrooms and have true demands for what we want. If we want economic empowerment, we want you to back programs that benefit our young people and begin to move us into the future education-wise, economic-wise, jobs-wise. I think that that's an out-of-the-box approach that will at least we should examine and look at and see if it'll work. This way we can have our cake and eat it too, because the only problem with boycotting is people in the back of their mind, man, I gotta go to work, man. I would like to boycott this gas. Y'all saying don't buy no gas. Oh man, I gotta get. But if I say, oh, no, buy your gas. But we only targeting, these are the companies that we're targeting. And if we collectively move a list about amongst us socially, because the world is small now, based on social media, we could literally shut any company, and it doesn't just include companies. It could be an artist that we feel is disrespecting our women or promoting a gang style. No more mentions. Don't ever mention Bleep Bleep's name again. Now, these mentions are important because it keeps their name in the media. So if we decide we no longer mentioning this rapper's name or purchasing this rapper's music, it still will have the same effect. So that's one of the things that I mentioned in the protocols for an urban economics that put us in a driver's seat as opposed to the corporations that take advantage of us.
Black Dot Live here.
Yes.
Facebook Live, Periscope, StephBlack.com. A double broadcast live with Brother Black Dot in the house, giving us his theories and his solutions to some of the prevalent issues that we face here today in our country. Steph Black, take it away.
Yes. Hey, everybody. This is StephBlack.com. Yeah, we're here with Brother Black Dot and Brother Kalworldwide, as you just heard. And we're discussing his book here. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on one second. Urban Culture Decoded. A critical analysis into the physical, mental, and spiritual state of a new generation. Please visit his website. Can you?
idecodeit.com is the website. Of course, you can go through Amazon if you're on the international platform. Yeah. And it's very powerful, out of the box thinking. I put the elephant on the cover of the book because we must begin to deal with the elephant in the room, so to speak. And that we have critical issues going on with our youth in this country. And we keep, making the same politically correct statements. We need to stop this. We need to do a lot of things. But if we're not going to really approach it the way it needs to be approached, we're wasting our time. So this book will single-handedly begin to start a new conversation among parents, teachers, educators, mentors, pastors, those who deal with the youth, so you can at least get a basic understanding of what our youth are going through. It's a different day and time, and our youth are going through a lot. And I speak to the youth, I work with the youth, I teach the youth, and I do a lot of listening to the youth. Yeah. And I think this is a gem that will start the conversation. There are no, what we say, one-stop shop fixes for our critical situation, but this book will at least open up a different dialogue if parents are willing to step out of a traditional box and get some information.
Okay, and speaking of youth, I just thought of something in regards to the entertainment industry, the artists out there. You've covered this in your many video platforms. What do you say to the people out there in terms of the recording artists? their responsibility to the youth and their platform. Yeah, just like what do they need to do at this point, particularly the conscious ones?
Well, the conscious artists are on their job already. They're attempting to use their platform to at least edutain. So we call it edutainment, teach while you're being entertained. There's a difference between hip hop and rap. I also go through that in the book. Hip hop artists are for the people, by the people. And what I mean by that is they represent the issues that are taking place in our community on a regular basis. So when they hit a stage or platform, they're not just going to rap about money, holes, and clothes, so to speak. They're going to address Trayvon Martin. They're going to address whatever's going on in their music. And the only people they have to respond to is the people. Sure, they don't make as much money as rappers. Rappers are more corporate based, meaning in this day and time, a lot of these rappers have deals with Pepsi or Coca-Cola or Nike. And if Nike says you can't go out and speak about these specific subjects because it hurts our brand, then you'll see a lot of rappers be silent. Even though they're from the community, they know that these are prevalent issues in the community, they'll be silent because they got a $2 million deal in their pocket. So that's the difference in a nutshell between hip hop or MCs and rappers. So rappers are in a different category altogether because they're about their money. They really make no qualms about them being about their money. So we have to be very careful when we put these demands on rappers. But we also have to understand that most of the products that they're promoting are also hindering and hurting our community. So rappers are your enemy. I hate to say it. I know they put out a nice song here and there and you're jiggling. That's all a part of the distraction. MCs are for your community in the most part. They care about skill-based education. They're usually studying something that they want to put in lyrical form to present to the people. So we have to start recognizing the difference and lowering our standards of what we expect from rappers who are about their money, and focus more on the MCs and try to create a bigger platform for them, because at minimum they're going to drop some messages that you can take home and process.
Wow, awesome. We want to wrap this up now. Brother Black Dot, if you can give us some final ideas of where you will be, the upcoming projects, right, how the community can keep in touch with you, yes, and contact you.
Well, my contact information, I'm on Twitter at theblackdot1. I'm on Instagram at idecodeit. That's I decode IT. Facebook, you got the Black Dot, Dwayne Bowser, which is my government name. And those are the platforms I use. I'm not really on the grid as much as most people. I choose to be off the grid as much as possible. I've just finished up this book. I'm working on a couple of more books in the very near future. I'm on my way to Raleigh, North Carolina, so I do lectures from time to time. But expect me to take advantage of some of these newer platforms that are now available so I can go directly to the people, as Periscope, as the brother's been putting me on to, and some other things, Periscope, to finally put ourselves in a situation where I can speak directly to the people.
So yes, Periscope Live. We got Kalworldwide here. Brother Black Dot is right here. And we have StephBlack.com, yes, in the house. We had a great session. Brother Black Dot, I just want to get behind the camera here. We just want to all praises due to you and the higher power for, yes, letting us come into your space and hear such powerful words from you. We want to, on behalf of StephBlack.com and the, yes, community, the Facebook community, I have my cousin Sharon Creighton logged in right now. How you doing, cousin?
What up, cuz?
Jasmine Cox in the house right now, viewing us live. We have 4 other viewers also on Facebook Live right now. I'm sure we have a community of viewers also on Periscope right now. On behalf of Brother Black Dot, we want to thank you guys for coming in and watching this double broadcast.
Double broadcast.
Double broadcast. Facebook Live, Periscope.com. Download that app. You can get it on the App Store. And we look forward to really utilizing this new technology. And we're going to sign off again. Thank you, Brother Black Dot.
Peace.
We appreciate it.
Peace.